Welcome to this edition of Mayor's Report Pleasanton. I'm your host, Dr. Marshall Kamena. Joining me today is Mayor Karla Brown from the city of Pleasanton. Welcome, Mayor.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, it's our pleasure, and you always have such wonderful things to say. May I offer you a chance to pick your own choice?
Absolutely. For my mayor's choice this week, I chose to talk about crossing guards at our schools. We get, actually, right before I came here, I was responding to more emails. There are some rumors that the city is going to cut funding for the crossing guards and even eliminating some of these security crossing guards.
Who would do that?
Well, we're not going to, so that is not true. And we're working with the school district to, in the future, to share costs instead of we pay all of it or they pay all of it. So right now, most people are not aware that the city pays 100% of the crossing guard expenses plus 2 school resource officers. And you know, most people wouldn't know this either. Data point, this is why we watch TV 30 Mayor's Report. There are 27 crossing guards, and altogether that's a little over $1.3 million that the city expends to support the school district. So, as we talked earlier, most cities do not fund school resources such as crossing guards and school resource officers. So as we're looking for some pretty tough decisions in our financial budget at the city, one of the things in discussion were these crossing guard funding. So we just had a recent city council meeting, and the council majority voted to continue to fund the crossing guards for 1 more year. Their budget cycle started in June, so we're going to do it 1 more year. During that time, we're going to be talking to the school district about options for sharing this fiscal responsibility. And I'm hoping, you know, we actually tasked the city manager, get creative, because sometimes you trade road changes and infrastructure for crossing guard expenses. So one of the things I can rest assured with is the school district and the city have repeatedly come to good terms with each other, generous sharing. It's all about doing what's right for the city and the school district together to make Pleasanton a wonderful place to raise a family.
Are the school crossing guards organized by labor?
Well, no, they're actually an independent contractor, and they function under the police department. So it's under the police department's budget, and then the police department has a firm they hire to hire this crossing guards.
Good.
And we have some great ones. One of the things I've learned, Dr. Kamena, is that we have such great crossing guards that parents are writing to me telling me the wonders of these great local crossing guards who learn the children's names and make sure they cross safely.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Committees and commissions. Boy, that's always on my mind. I bet it's on your mind too.
Have you ever served on a committee or commission?
No. Well, yes, I have. I'm kidding, of course.
Yeah.
But we couldn't do without them.
No, we can't. And they're participating in a city or commission's committee or commission can be a rewarding experience. It's a way to provide feedback and support to the council through your commitment. And they oftentimes do important work such as recommend grant funding. They are help select our young poet laureate as well as so many other things. So it is an important part of our community. And however, if they serve, they need to learn a couple things like financial disclosures as required by a Form 700 for fair political practices.
Form 700, don't you?
I still do it. And they also help with programs and suggestions and ideas. They're that outreach to the community. Well, as mayor, I get to interview the candidates and make recommendations to the city council for a final vote. And we are looking for involved residents right now.
Oh, and can you name some of those?
Well, maybe you can apply. Oh, you don't live in Pleasanton.
There you go. That's my fault.
All right. So we're looking for a member for the Bicycle, Pedestrian, and Trails Committee, Civic Arts Commission, the Committee on Energy and the Environment, and we get a wonderful lab. Usually lab employees are really terrific for that role. The Economic Vitality Committee, how can we make Pleasanton more fun and thriving in our business communities? The Library Commission, Parks and Rec Commission, Planning Commission, which is usually the biggest heavy lift, and then we even have some members for our Youth Commission, which we're going to be interviewing for this summer.
Now, not all of those have openings, or you just giving us an overview? Or
They all have openings.
They all have openings.
Oh, we have more than that. Yes.
Well,
yes.
does it work that there's a certain number of years you can serve? And some,
Yeah, they are. You get, if you're appointed, you get sworn into your position and you serve for 4 years.
And then reapply possibly?
And then you can reapply for one more term, or during that time you can see an opportunity to say, maybe I would like to serve on, and we didn't list it here because there's not an opening, Parks and Rec Commission is one. So Parks and Rec Commission is really focused on how you can best utilize our, for example, we just opened a cricket pitch and it's very popular.
Yeah, I'll bet it. I've heard it has.
Parks and Rec was a real big supporter in bringing that forward. And now I just had an email about reservations. How can I reserve the cricket pitch, they call it, or the cricket field? So lots of fun, lots of fun.
Was it not previously available for reservation?
We just ribbon cut it about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, so we're
brand new.
breaking new ground.
Yeah, brand new.
Wow. I've been thinking about the concerts in the park, and I know that you do too. I know that's one of your special areas. And the music lineup for downtown Pleasanton has now been announced. Maybe you can share some of that information with us.
I lived in Pleasanton maybe 15 years before I knew about Concert in the Park.
No.
Yes, and once I went, I was hooked. It's such a fun event. So we do that at Lions Wayside Park. It's organized through the Pleasanton Downtown Association. And the Lions Wayside Park is, those two parks are, and DeLucci Park are right on First Street. So if you drive down First Street, you will see blankets out.
Is that an east-west park or north-south park?
It's between Livermore and Pleasanton.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
You know, that is debatable. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
But there are two linear parks, and they're right beside First Street. And so these concerts are focused and coordinated through the Pleasanton Downtown Association. And they're going to take place, this is a good time to get out your pen, June 7th through August 30th. So every Friday throughout the summer. And we've got some fun music coming forward and some classic favorites. So our first bands are going to be Audio Illusion. They're a classic rock, pop, and blues band. Kind of covers all the bases, doesn't it?
I guess it does.
And then Diablo Fugitives. That's a rock and roll cover band. East Bay Groove Line, and you can imagine they're going to do danceable groove covers. And then our last one, which is a very common band to come back because they're so popular, and that is the Cool Tones. They're a big band, jazz and swing band. So a full list, so mark it down for you and your wife to come on down. So a full list is available on pleasantondowntown.net. And just a reminder, these concerts at Lions Wayside Park are from those Fridays from 7 to 8:30. So come early, because we'll let you come before 7, but a little after 8:30, they start shooing you back home and say this is time. So our parks are open from sunrise to sunset, and that's about sunset time. Yeah. So it's about time to go home.
So this is a nice supplement to the things that the Firehouse does.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I just happened to see the ABBA concert there, and it was wonderful.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh,
I'm glad
boy,
you
it was
did.
great.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, this is personal, when I came to Livermore many years ago, before you were born, joined the Lions Club, and did so because one of the really outstanding Lions Club members, a fellow named Chan Henderson. And there was a Chan Henderson stage, and I said, have we lost any connection with him?
Well, you know, we are looking to the Lions Club to step up and make sure that their commitment to the Lions Wayside Park.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's talk. So Chan Henderson was the name on the old bandstand. And the old bandstand experienced weather, as you could imagine, wood rot, many challenges. And it also backs right up to the creek.
Yes.
Well, as the creek eroded more land, that bandstand area was chosen not to be the best location. So we are planning, the city council has plans to relocate a new bandstand to another area of the park so that more people can sit in front of the park and listen to these great music and these fabulous bands.
Well, he was a wonderful musical director, and I certainly will never forget him. So thank you for not forgetting him.
Yeah.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back on this edition of Mayor's Report Pleasanton in just a moment. Welcome back to this edition of Mayor's Report Pleasanton. We are here talking with the mayor of Pleasanton, Mayor Karla Brown. Hello again.
Hello.
And you know, when we left a few minutes ago, I was wondering what rules might be followed with regard to the concert in the park, and might you have any idea?
There are a few rules. Sadly, that is true with most things, right? So at the Lions Wayside Park, the concerts are Friday evening, and we allow people to put their blankets and chairs at their own risk. And they're folding chairs out the day of. So you can't put them out the night before.
Did they used to be the case?
Well, let's just keep it at the day of, because you know, there's grass there and we need to keep it growing. And no rocks, because people leave those rocks behind and that's not good for mowing equipment, right? So we just ask that you put your blankets out the morning of. Some people put them out at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's the morning.
They get a little ridiculous here. Wow. But I know I go by and I usually put mine out about 9 in the morning, lots of room, and then it'll be right there when I come.
Do people honor that?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. They don't move your blankets. It's foreboding to do that. So you put your blankets out, it'll be right there, and you know right where it's at. You've got a place to stay, but even if you forget and you don't have time, you can come the day of and usually find some spots.
Really?
You just won't be right in front of the stage. So Pleasanton Downtown Association encourages everybody to come, listen to that 7 to 8:30 window, go to dinner before or after, or buy a pizza or buy your dinner and bring it over to concert in the park and enjoy it.
Are anything sold there by vendors?
They're usually not vendors. Sometimes there's a food truck that comes by.
Oh, I see.
But primarily bring your food and visit our downtown businesses.
Well, that's a nice favor to the consumer, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Boy. Goodness Village. The word is out. Mayor Brown is part of the team at Goodness Village. What have you done?
Well, part of the team, there are some wonderful people that work very hard at Goodness Village, and I don't have time to do that job, but I do enjoy volunteering. And so just as a reminder, if for those who are watching from home, Goodness Village opened May 1st, 2021. So yep, it was in the middle of COVID. And it is an affordable, tiny home community. And it's right there next to Crosswinds Church for some property in Livermore. And what it is a community for our unhoused neighbors to live in a safe, supportive community and live independently. So they're able to they have their own small kitchens, bedrooms, and bathrooms in their tiny homes. And there are 28 of these tiny homes.
28.
And they receive, 28. And they're planning an expansion. So continue the story. But they receive 24-hour wraparound services for those in need. And this also includes mental health support, village security, addiction and recovery services for those that need it, and then vocational skills and training so that they can be prepared to go back to work.
How comprehensive is that?
It's wonderful, isn't it? So currently there are 9 formerly homeless Pleasanton residents at Goodness Village. So it isn't just Livermore. Mm-hmm. We are also have residents there, and in exchange we pay some of our funds to a nonprofit such as Goodness Village in support of staffing costs for the year of 22-23 fiscal years. So it's a great event. But I was there for something a little different. I was there to make beds for Sleep in Heavenly Peace.
Look at you.
Yeah. I'm around everywhere. It's amazing when someone says, "Oh, I haven't seen you." I feel like I'm everywhere. So Sleep in Heavenly Peace makes beds for families, especially for children who haven't a bed to sleep in for themselves. So we hear stories about multiple children in one bed, or children sleeping on the floor or on a sofa, and Sleep in Heavenly Peace wants to solve that problem. So together with Rotary, many Rotary groups, I was there volunteering, and I ran the drill press, so drilling holes, and then also branding the beds. So when they get done, there's a headboard and a footboard, and we brand it with a hot iron that says SHP, Sleep in Heavenly Peace.
Isn't that sweet?
You'll have to join me sometime.
Oh, well, people will talk, but I would love to do it.
That sounds great. Yeah. Yep. So it's a wonderful organization that's giving throughout Alameda County and beyond. But this chapter gives beds to, of course, Pleasanton, and I've come and helped make beds in Pleasanton too. Excuse me, deliver them to families. They send a large number to areas throughout the region. So really a wonderful cause.
Doesn't that just make you feel good inside?
Totally.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking about?
What's that?
The State of the City. Last year was a fabulous event.
Thank you.
The first one, I believe, at the best winery you have in Pleasanton.
The Palm Event Center, you got it.
And it's going to happen again. I wonder if you can give us a little peek.
You know, the State of the City is something I'm really excited about because it gives me a chance to present to the business community. It's hosted and run by the Chamber of Commerce, but this will be my third State of the City since this is my third year as mayor. The first year was COVID year, and so I did it all on TV screens, like a Zoom call. The second year, sadly, I lost my daughter right around that time, so I videotaped it, and my videotape was shown at the Doubletree Hotel. But then last year, we moved to the Palm Event Center. It allowed the audience to increase by a good 30%, and it was sold out.
Oh, it was incredible.
Wasn't it nice?
Yes.
I'm so glad you came. So this year, we're going to do updates about One Pleasanton, which is our guiding document for 5-year plan. And we're going to talk about what the city is doing now and what our goals are for the future. It's a wonderful event, but it will be also shown on TV 30. So if you want to watch it live and have a wonderful lunch, Beats Catering. If you want to watch it live at the Palm Event Center, go to the Chamber of Commerce and buy your ticket, and if they're available. And then if you can't, you can watch it on TV 30 replayed. And it's a wonderful event. Then finally, we'll put a link up to the State of the City on the city's website. So there'll be lots of ways to learn how's your city doing and what are we doing going forward.
I've seen States of the City before, but you guys have cracked the code on this. Oh,
Thank you.
Do not miss this.
Oh, well, you know, just to further this a little bit, we're going to talk about building a community, safeguarding our city, of course, optimizing our organization, investing in the environment, and funding our future. But I really had a heavy hand last year, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. I, too, have been to multiple State of the Cities, and I wanted it to be engaging, fun, a little humorous, and I wanted you to be able to walk out with a few facts about Pleasanton.
Oh, there's no doubt that happened.
Good.
Yes. I wanted to reserve tickets right there on the way out, but they said, no, you could have to wait another year.
You're too nice.
You know, we spoke just briefly about the Firehouse Center. I wonder if you'd brag about that theater and its place in Pleasanton's and Tri-Valley's cultural life. I think it's very important.
Have you been?
Yes. Oh, my gosh, since the beginning.
Oh, fabulous. So Pleasanton's Firehouse Arts Center is a state-of-the-art venue offering live entertainment, which makes it a lot of fun, live entertainment, art shows, theater classes. We have classrooms upstairs too, and so much more. For those who don't know, this was Fire Station #1. So it was our,
yes,
all these fire stations have numbers, this was #1.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right there, just off of First Street. So it's a 20,000 square foot cultural arts center. and it includes a 221, I don't know why they don't round, but 221 seat theater.
I know where that one seat is, too. Yes.
Are you saving that for yourself? There you go. It's a 2,000 square foot fine arts gallery, which we know as the Harrington Art Gallery.
But it's intimate. And the acoustics of the sound are wonderful.
Oh, I'm
There's
so
not
glad.
a bad seat of the house.
Even if you're in that last one.
Yes.
Yeah. So we also have 1,800 square foot classroom spaces, and it's called an hourglass-shaped grand lobby, just that links that Pleasanton downtown to the facility's 3,000 square foot park-like patio in the back, which faces where we're going to do our concerts in the park.
Yes.
You know, we're not a real big city, but we're quaint and we're cozy.
And you know what else?
What's that?
It's within walking distance of Meadowlark to get a Frosty.
Yeah, you've got to get your ice cream. Got to get your ice cream. So it's designed to promote participation and recreation experiences, such as it has a real thriving youth theater program, which offers classes, rehearsals, performance opportunities for young people, and then of course theater performances, and there's a few I want to highlight. So the Firehouse is currently in the midst of an exciting spring lineup. There's so much to do in Pleasanton. ABBA Fab is a tribute band to the pop group
I just saw them.
ABBA.
Yes.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Are they fabulous?
Oh, we got second row seats.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. ABBA Fab. And then there was also a special St. Patrick's Day celebration featuring a Cali Celtic, among many other artists. There is the Mimi Fox B3 Trio, and that'll take the stage on April 20th, in a concert honoring the 100th anniversary of the birth of Wes Montgomery, and it's a guitarist and Firehouse favorite, Mimi Fox. She'll perform original pieces and beautiful arrangements for Montgomery's famous compositions. And let's not forget, the Pleasanton Youth Theater Company will present SpongeBob Musical Youth Edition. I don't know if there's an adult edition, but this is the youth edition. That's right. The 1 hour edition of the hit musical is especially tailored for young actors and an ensemble of talented youth performers, which will bring everyone's favorite SpongeBob characters to the stage on April 19th through April 28th. And then we're going to go on. There's a high school music collaborative that also includes an audience for special musical performances for jukebox music. And that begins on April 12th. It's called Put Another Dime In. Do you think kids know what a jukebox is?
I would hope so.
I don't know what put a dime means, but anyway, it's going to be great. Tickets for these performing arts can be purchased at the firehousearts.org. And finally, the Firehouse Harrington Gallery is currently holding its 12th edition called Fresh Works, which is juried expedition. And this year, it's an open call to emerging artists, you, me, maybe, and established Bay Area artists both. They were looking for 415 submissions from 150 artists. And of these, 78 exemplary artworks were chosen for exhibition. You've got to come see it. It's going to take place in the community on through May 18th.
You have got to be very proud of the downtown. And as you were speaking, it reminded me that several years ago, when Livermore really was in need of a revitalization, Tom Pico was the mayor, and he called me up and said, "Come on downtown, I'll show you what you need to do."
Well, Livermore has done a great job.
Well, I think we're both very, very happy spots.
Very pleased.
Briefly, do you have any other events or items you'd like to update us about? We have time for maybe one.
Okay, all right. Well, let's start with the Quest Science Center. It's hosting a free Tri-Valley Innovation Fair at the Alameda County Fairgrounds on April 13th. This one-day event brings people of all types together for a celebration in science, engineering, and technology, those three cornerstones for both communities. The sustainable area will showcase science and innovation related to environmental sustainability. And then there's also, I'm going to highlight the incredible plant sale being put on by the Master Gardeners at the Senior Center in Pleasanton. And that's going to be April 13th and 14th. I'm a gardener. I will be there. It's going to be at 5353 Sonoma Boulevard. from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. both days, 13th and 14th.
So people
Got to
should,
be there.
they should finish their taxes and go on over to the event.
If you haven't done your taxes already, turn them in. But yes, buy some plants and enjoy gardening.
Well, this has been wonderful.
Thanks.
Thank you very, very, very much, Mary, for being here today. And thank you for joining us on this edition of Mayor's Report Pleasanton. Join us for the next episode of Mayor's Report right here on Tri-Valley TV. I'm Dr. Marshall Kamena, and I thank you for joining us.